Hey guys, this is Matt here with Hawkins Fly Fishing, and today I'm going to be tying just a down and dirty worm pattern for y'all. Everybody knows the San Juan worm. It's probably one of the first flies that we tie. It's super easy and it works. Well, this is a fly that is just as easy and fishes just as well, and hardly anyone uses it. I think it's really underused, and it's just called a wire worm. You can tie it out a thread, wire, whatever you want. Also call it a pig sticker. You can see it marketed as that sometimes. But basically all it is we've got this Mustad, what's the number? Mustad 37160 BR. It's basically just a crazy bend hook on it. And it's just going to be wire and a little bit of thread on there. And I'm going to be tying this in purple and pink, but you can tie this in whatever color you want. Red works good, copper, brown, really whatever wire you can find. Now what wire I'm going to be using, this is just some craft wire from Hobby Lobby. Walmart has it. You know, you go through it really fast, so I don't like to use my fly tying wire. And you want a pretty big diameter wire. As you can see, it's pretty big. It'd probably be close to a medium or a large. So this is a size 8 I have in the vise here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that wire through the eye of the hook, like that. I'm going to start wrapping it. And that first wrap is usually the hardest wrap to get started. So now I got it started, I'm just going to make touching wraps all the way up the bend. And as long as they're just touching, you know, sometimes you'll have little gaps and stuff in there. The fish don't really care. It's kind of a aesthetics thing, but you want it to be touching as close as possible. Just gonna wrap all the way back here. Keep going. Sometimes those wraps want to mess up, and if you get gaps and stuff, I'll just take my fingernail and kind of push them back. Get that guy a little tighter in there. But anyway, sometimes it'll want to, you'll get some spaces in there, so I'll just take my fingernail, push back on it, and get those to butt right up against each other. We're going to take these wraps all the way back until you're almost down the entire bend of the hook. Alright, so once you get right above your vise there, I'm going to take it, I'm going to spiral that wire off, and it's going to weaken it, it's just going to break off, just like that. Now I'm going to take my plier. I got these are just some little pliers and barb pinchers. I'm going to grab that wire and just spiral that guy off. Like that. Take a little bit of crazy glue here and touch the ends with it, and this will just keep it from unraveling when you start catching fish, which you're definitely going to catch some fish. Okay, now this is just some 220 denier or 3/0 if you're using a different type of thread, and fluorescent pink thread. And this is just going to represent the sex organs on the worm, the little band in the middle of them. And I'm just going to start right in the middle, start my thread, get it going, clip off my tag. I'm just going to build up a little bump. Doesn't have to be crazy, but just a pronounced bump there. Once I got a little bit of a bump, I'm going to go ahead and whip finish that guy. Make sure it's nice and tight. Alright, clip away that thread. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of Clear Cure Goo Hydro, one of the hardest things in the world to say, and cover those thread wraps with it. Because if you don't, if you just leave it as bare thread, it'll get torn up by the fish's teeth and your forceps and stuff really quickly. So this really prolongs the life of it. Hit it with the UV light. Alright, that's really all there is to it. This fly fish is great in high water especially, but you can fish it as a dropper off of a hopper. That works really well. You know, I like to use it as a lead fly because it's big and usually pretty bright, but it sinks really fast. Excuse me. But it's just another take on a down and dirty worm pattern. A lot of people tend to look down on these kind of patterns, but they flat out catch fish. So give it a try. Thanks.